As far as my perspective on, where everything's going in terms of streaming and, VOD and new media, I think it's, gives a lot of young voices an opportunity to create content, to have their voices heard, and just more avenues, for us to take content to different places and not feel like we're bound to just, the networks. But I also think it's important that as this process is happening, that we continue to be very aware and very in tune with making sure that we're paid fairly for our services. When new media first came out, it was DVD. It was considered DVD. It was like this new media. And so the producers went to the union and said, hey, listen, we have no idea what's going to happen with this. So there's just no way we can guarantee actors residual money on it, a certain amount of residual money on it. And sure enough, DVDs blew up and we got the short end of the stick, right? The residuals on DVDs were just ridiculous. And then the next part of new media came in, and that was streaming. And they came back to the table and they said, hey, listen, this new media thing, we have no idea what's going to happen. And the union made a very similar agreement in which, again, we took the short end of the stick and didn't really benefit that much from that type of streaming. So I say this in the sense that, we have to be aware and we have to fight for our livelihood. Because as actors, a lot of the money that we make is off of residuals, And there's a big, big, big difference in what you make in primetime television when it comes to reruns versus the amount of times a streaming company can stream an entire season all over the world and still not come close to what you would make on primetime, So from that business perspective, I think it's important for us to consistently fight and make sure that we get a fair share of that piece of the pie. From the other side, from the artistic side, it is a grand opportunity for these upcoming generations to have a voice and not feel, like I said, to be only bound to specific places that they can go to. Creating your own channels is going to give you an opportunity to say, hey, here's an opportunity where I can literally go straight to my audience, and it's a wonderful option to have. And so I think that as things begin to settle, I think that it's a good thing as long as we're all working in unison of making sure that we're splitting the pie fairly and in an even way and in a just way. Then I think that it can work for everyone. But if we go into this world of, we don't know what's going to happen, we're not sure what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen. It's been happening. People are making money off of it, right? And so it's like, let's do it the right way. Let's continue to try to work together to have all these options, but also do it in a way in which these younger artists can make a living. They think, they'll put all this content out all of a sudden, not understand the business side, and they're not getting anything from it, And so it's important to educate them as well to make sure that they understand that they have to have a piece of that pie. They have to own the content. They have to, do their research, and so they can have a longevity in their career. The way I consume my content is it's kind of new school, man. Well, I mean, new school for me. I cut the cord, I think, about 4 years ago. Yeah, so I have Apple TV, and then I have all my apps on there: Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, ESPN, and then all the Apple movies, and I get all my music from. I pay my monthly subscription of $9.99 for Apple Music, and then I buy movies off of Apple. The movie. Sometimes I rent them. They're like 99 cents. Sometimes they have like once a week where they have a 99-cent movie. But when I travel, I'll buy a movie before I hop on a plane, and then I'll buy another movie when I fly back. And so yeah, I haven't had cable in a long time. You have the Stars app, you have the numerous apps. You kind of just pick what you want, a la carte. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time in TV world.